Hello, and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and once again, it's time to learn idioms here on Verbling. In today's class, we are going to focus our attention on idioms that are in some way related to surprise. Okay. Shocking, surprising, things that shock us, or conversely, maybe idioms that express the idea of it's nothing shocking. Nothing shocks me anymore. I've seen it all. Okay. Uh, as usual, students will take turns doing some different exercises, and we'll mix in discussion along the way. We'll talk about the idiom and any related idioms that may have similar meanings. Maybe we'll compare some idioms, and we'll discuss the situational use when and where the idioms are used. Okay, well, let's get started. Hello, Nian.
Hi, teachers. Today I see that we'll have many people book this class. So
Yeah,
yes,
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we'll see what happens. See if others join us.
yes.
Uh, Earlier today, I had a class with 0 pre-bookings, and I ended up with a pretty full class. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, welcome to the class. Uh, Rebecca has also joined us again.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Glad to hear it. And Misan has joined us as well. Misan, hello.
Hello, teacher.
Hi.
Good evening.
Well, okay. If you insist. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning, wherever you guys are. Good day or night on Earth. All right. Okay. Today's class is all about surprise. Boo! Do you know that one? Boo! You shout boo to scare people. There you go. First English of the class. All right. I'm gonna say hello to Alejandra, and then we'll get started. Alejandra, hello.
Hello, teacher.
How are
How are you
you?
too? Fine.
Nice to meet you as well. Okay, I'm going to share some material and let's get cracking. Okay, first of all, in today's class, we're going to warm up with some literal meanings, looking at some keywords which are going to come up in our idioms a little bit later in the class. So it's important to understand the meaning, possibly meanings of these keywords. And we'll learn them by doing these fill-in-the-blank exercises. So, Nian.
Yes. A small carpet is called a rug.
A rug. Yes, that is correct. A small carpet is called a rug. Um, Nian, if I
Yes.
said my boss wears a rug, what do you think that means?
Yeah, I don't know. I only know the literal meaning. Yeah.
Okay. More slang. Yes, my boss wears a rug. Does anybody in class know what that means? If I say my boss wears a rug? No? Okay, well, we're all going to learn something. I mean my boss wears a toupee or a wig. So it's a slang for a wig. Wig is for men or women. Toupee is specifically for men. And specifically for men, we might slang call it a rug. Okay, we've been joined by another student. Hi there.
Hello,
Uh,
teacher. My name
Hi.
is German.
Oh,
I had classes with you
okay.
a little bit.
Yeah, I recognized the name, but I couldn't remember. Okay, German. Nice to
German.
see you again. Yep,
Thank you. Thank you.
great. Welcome. Welcome back. Okay, hang on. We'll come around to you in a bit. First, Rebecca, number 2.
Okay, number 2. If you negotiate the price of something, these guys, no. You bargain for it.
Okay, bargain.
Bargain, bargain.
Okay, and this can be a noun or a verb. As a noun, I got a great bargain on this iPhone, whatever. So something is a bargain, you get a good deal, good price, whatever. Okay, you can, all right, you bargain for something when you kind of argue about the price or negotiate the price, or I forgot the other word. I'll try to think of it. Wake up, brain. Okay. Ken has joined us. Hi, Ken. So,
Yes, hello, thank you.
hi, welcome. All right, we'll talk to you in a bit. Meeson, number 3.
Number 3. Something good from God, which brings happiness, is called feathers. Blessing.
Yeah, okay. Definitely. Oh, Horsefeathers. Okay. It's a blessing. It brings happiness. Okay, blessing from God. All right. Also, for Americans, I'm not sure about British people, but if you're in a religious family in the United States, at the beginning of the meal, your grandmother might say, "Okay, Oakley, can you please say blessing?" And that is like a prayer. Dear God, thank you for the food before us, like that kind of thing. It's also called a blessing, a short prayer sometimes. Okay. All right. Moving on. Alejandra, number 4.
A short, hard knock or impact, for example, when a plane lands on the ground, is called a bump.
Yes, it is. It's called. Be careful about past tense. One syllable. Called.
Call. Okay.
Called. Called the bump. The bump. Called the bump. Yes. Okay. That's right. A short, hard knock or impact. Something bumps your elbow. It moves your elbow. Okay. All right. Also, not only that, but if, for example, if you're driving down a road, and you hit a bump, it will cause your car to, jump in the air. A bump is a raised part of the road, maybe purposefully if you have a speed bump. Alejandro, Americans call it a speed bump. Do you know what British call it?
American what?
Okay, in a street, when you have like a curb, a concrete raised, almost like a bar across the street, designed to keep you from driving too fast, to slow you down. In American English, this is called a speed bump. It has a funny name in British English. Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay.
No.
A sleeping policeman, it's called.
Ah.
Okay. All right. It's there to slow you down and All right, keep you from speeding. Yeah, and Americans call it a speed bump. All right. So also, the bump can be the physical thing that causes a bump. Okay, so you can have a bump in the road. You can have a bump on your skin, on your arm, or whatever. Oh, I need to go to the doctor. There's a strange bump on my neck, something like that. All right. Okay. German, number 5, please.
If you wear special clothes or a wig so that people will not recognize you, it is called mm, uh, feathers. Feathers.
Not quite.
Mm.
Feathers could be a part of your special clothes or whatever. No, that's not it. This would be a disguise, German, a disguise. So I would describe you as in disguise. Okay. Like spies, sometimes in spy movies you see people in disguise, or the bad guy doesn't want to be recognized, so he's in disguise, wears a fake mustache, okay, maybe colors his hair a different color. That's the idea. Maybe uses some special makeup to make his nose bigger, these kinds of
Maybe
things.
it is about, for example, Halloween, then
Oh,
people
okay, I'm glad you brought that up. No, we would not say, we would not use this word in disguise. We would say the children are in costume or wearing costumes. Okay? But when we say somebody's in disguise, it's already known that you do not wish to be recognized. This is actually the most important part of the definition, so that you won't be recognized. You're in disguise. Halloween, we don't really care. It's all fun and games and play. If you're wearing a costume, if you're in disguise because you don't want to be caught by the police, or you're transferring secret documents out of the Kremlin that could lead to World War III. Okay, there's a real reason. It's not fun and games. You probably have a real reason you do not want people to recognize you. Okay, so that's the
Thank you.
difference. Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you. Ken, number 6.
Birds have feathers.
Yes, they do. Instead of fur or hair, okay, people have hair. A bear or a dog or a cat has fur, and a bird has feathers. My grandmother, this is pretty old. My grandmother is one of those people who never ever touched alcohol, quite religious, never ever swore, never ever said a bad word. So her bad words were like this: "Oh, horse feathers." This was one of her favorite curse words. "Oh, horse feathers." Okay, in case you ever hear that, it's like in place of a curse word. Curse word. All right. Feathers. Okay, we've had another student join us. Hello, Mishmu. Welcome to the class. Hello. Mishmu, I can see you're not muted. That's good, but I cannot hear you. So you may need to check your settings up above and on your screen. Make sure that you're using your settings are set to the correct microphone. Or sometimes it's due to connection. You may have to leave and come back. Okay? Keep trying, and just whenever you're ready, say hello. hello, teacher, so I know that we can interact. I'm going to skip you now, but I'll come back once I hear you. Okay. In the meantime, Nian, back to you. Last one, number 7.
Yeah, the part of a shirt, jacket, or coat which covers your arms is called sleeve.
Yes, it is. Okay. All right. That's right. And you can have a short sleeve shirt in the summer or a long sleeve shirt in the winter. Right. Be careful of your shirt and also your ch. Which. That's it. All right. Okay. Very good. All right. Yes, that's a sleeve. A sleeve can also be like your sleeve, holds your arm. A sleeve can be any kind of long encasing kind of container. For example, you might, if you're going to bury wires in the ground, you might put them in some kind of a sleeve so they're protected. Same idea as your arm in your shirt sleeve. Okay, record sleeve. Ah, yeah, all right. In the ancient days when we had vinyl records, the inside, you would have to pull out the sleeve, which is the like waxy to kind of protect the record inside. That part's called the sleeve. To protect, usually. Okay, let's get to the idioms.
May I have a correction?
Yes.
I thought a record sleeve is a record cover, but it's inside vinyl to protect the vinyl record.
Yeah, the cover, the album cover is the album cover. So, okay, first they would wrap it in plastic. So you throw away that thin layer of plastic,
Yes.
okay, and you want to open your new record. You reach inside the cardboard cover, and you pull it out, but it's in the record album is encased in like another kind of waxy piece of paper, usually with a hole in the middle. That waxy piece of paper is the sleeve.
Oh, I see. I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I knew you were going to ask me about that, Ken. Thank you for restoring my faith. Okay. Anyway, I had faith that you would ask for clarification. All right. You could have knocked me down with a feather. All right. We're going to now use these idioms in bold italics to fill in the blanks in this exercise. This exercise is written in the form of a dialogue. One person speaks, the little arrow indicates a reply. Hopefully, so we can get the idea of how the idiom might be used in conversation. Okay. Rebecca, number 1, please.
Okay, number 1. Do you know Tom and Jody are getting married? Yes, you could have when they told me. You could have no. Okay, yes, you could have maybe take me by surprise? No.
No.
Maybe knock me down with a feather?
There you go. And yes, you may have to concern yourself in some cases with the verb tense. So you could have knocked me down with a feather.
Yeah, taken. It would be taken. The other, yeah.
Okay. So if you can imagine literally, all right, if I can push you over with a bird feather, that's pretty easy to knock you down. All right, the idea is that you're absolutely stunned and you can't move.
Very surprised.
Very surprised. That's it. Kind of related, but not exactly. More as a description. All right, a person would say this first person. You could have knocked me down with a feather. It would be a little unusual to say you could have knocked Walter down with a feather. To talk about somebody else would be a little weird. We use this idiom in the first person. Okay. There is an expression when we want to describe Harold, someone else. Okay, I might say Harold was like a deer in the headlights. Basically kind of describing the same reaction. All right. Harold was like a deer in the headlights. All right. Rebecca, do you have deer in Spain?
Deer.
Deer, yeah. Prancing through the forest.
Yeah, well, I think so, but not in my region. Maybe in the middle of the country.
Okay, okay.
No, in high mountains.
Okay. All right. I don't know if anybody here in the class has experienced this, but when deer cross the road at night, and you're driving, they're so stupid, they just stand there frozen until you hit them. They don't keep running. They get scared, and so they freeze. Yeah, so thus the expression, Harold was like a deer in the headlights when I told him about Tom and Jody. Okay, so we use that expression to talk about somebody else. Okay, moving on. Mason, number 2, please.
Number 2. I can make guess.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and read it, please, as well, so I can hear your pronunciation.
Congratulations on your promotion, Pat. Were you expecting it? Not at all. I don't know.
No idea?
Yes.
Okay, so wasn't expecting it, not at all. So obviously the expression is to indicate he was really surprised. Okay, and often used with an adverb.
Letter G?
No, actually, take me by surprise is the idiom. Okay, so past tense, they're talking about something in the past. So not at all. It took me completely by surprise.
Yes, it
That's
took me.
it. Yep. I was taken by surprise. It took me completely by surprise. Yeah, okay. Slight variations, but same thing. All right. Taken by surprise. That's pretty straightforward, obviously meaning surprise. So, okay. Let's move on. Alejandro, number 3.
How was your exam? Was everything okay? No, it was much harder than I had bargained for.
Okay. Okay, and this idiom or expression, or yeah, you can use different comparative adjectives here. Oh, how was your trip? It was much longer than I had bargained for. Okay, it was much more difficult than I had bargained for. Okay, how was your sleep? Oh, I couldn't really sleep. My bed was much softer than I had bargained for. Whatever. You can use different adjectives here in this comparative statement. Whatever comparative adjective than I had bargained for. Meaning, of course, it was more whatever than you thought, than you had previously thought, is the idea. Yeah, strangely enough, this expression would not be used, because it would be very confusing. It's not used to talk about money. You wouldn't say, for example, oh, it was a lot cheaper than I had bargained for. That would be very confusing because the listener would not know if you're using the idiom or if bargaining means you're arguing about price. So that would be very confusing. You can use it to talk about almost anything but money. Okay. Moving on, Germain. Number 4.
Is your brother back from holiday yet? He went to Thailand, didn't he? Yes, he had a great time. He he.
Yeah. To get the idea, you need to read the next sentence too.
When he got home, he found his flat had been broken into.
No good.
Not good. Maybe it's B pallet the rock from under my.
Well, no. Well, no. For the
Came back to Earth with a bump.
There you go. Okay. We have many idioms or expressions that kind of share the idea that if you're high, if you're way up, then you're happy and excited, having fun, whatever. Okay, on cloud nine, you're really happy. Okay, yeah, his head in the clouds. Well, that's more like oblivious and not knowing. Idealistic, oblivious, head in the clouds. That's a little different. Okay, flying high. He's doing great. He's having great success. Okay, so he came back to Earth with a bump, like a plane landing. All right, you land and you hear that screech of the tires, and you jump up and down in your bounce up and down in your seat. Okay, he had a great time in Thailand, but he came back to Earth with a bump. So somebody, that's the idea. If you're doing great and wonderful, but something happens, which makes it not so good. That's the idea. All right, Ken, number 5.
Peter, it's Mom's birthday on Sunday, and we haven't planned anything for her. Don't worry, I've got.
Sorry.
I've got pulled the rag from under my feet.
No. Okay, it's Mom's birthday on Saturday. We haven't planned anything, but Peter says, don't worry.
Yeah.
I've got, okay, he has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Wait and see. That's the idea. Oh, don't worry. He does have a plan.
I've got to have something up your sleeve, not my sleeve.
Well, I'll change it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's right. So I have something up my sleeve. Okay, I've got a surprise for Mom's birthday. Something planned. All right. Okay, this idiom is, okay, this is a good example how you might use it. You're expressing the idea that you have a surprise, but you're not saying what it is. Or we can use it, okay, that's first person. We can use it as well to talk about other people. I think he's got something up his sleeve. Okay, why is Martin grinning so much? I'm pretty sure the boss is going to yell at him in the meeting today. I think Martin has something up his sleeve. He's got some piece of information, or secretly he hasn't told anyone, or he has a plan, or he secretly got an investor, or something. Something he hasn't told, which he's holding out as a surprise. Okay, he's holding out. All right. So Peter is holding out. He's not telling what his surprise for Mom's birthday is. That's another expression. No, he's holding out. We could use to describe Peter here. He's got Ken, have you ever seen a professional magician?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, they like to do things like pull things out of their sleeves or make things disappear by put them in their sleeves.
Yeah.
All right. Surprise. Here's a bouquet of flowers. Surprise. Here's 1,000 handkerchiefs tied together. I'll pull it out of your nose. Okay. Right. That's where this idiom comes from.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he's got a surprise up his sleeve. That's it. Okay. Oh, she left. All right, back to Nian. Nian, number 6, please. Nian, you there? I cannot hear you right now. If you were there and you can hear me, Nian, I can't hear you. So try to fix that. I'll come back to you in a bit. Rebecca, number 6.
Number 6. Rob's only 45. That's very young to have a heart attack, isn't it? Yes, he's back to normal now, but it really, at the time, it really... It really take me by surprise.
Yeah, well, it could be. It really took me by surprise. It really took him by surprise. Yeah, that would be very
At the time.
common. Yeah, that would work there. So you're not wrong. But to say, okay, yeah.
But. So there's not the right answer, okay? Okay. But it really what? Go up, please, again. It really, the rang from under my feet.
No. The idea is a major shock, a heart attack, which really scares you. A shock that scares you. All right.
Yes.
Okay, you find out somebody's going to get married. You could have, oh my goodness, you could have knocked me over with a feather. Anything can take you by surprise. Oh, Robert bought lunch yesterday. He never buys lunch. It really took me by surprise. All right, not a big deal. A near-death experience might knock someone for 6. Americans might use knock someone for a 6. But Americans have another expression, knock someone, knock me, whatever. It really knocked me for a loop.
A loop?
Knocked me for a loop. Yeah, a loop.
A loop is the toilet.
No, not a loo.
Sorry, yes. Yeah, sorry.
With a P.
Yeah.
Like the imagery, if you can imagine, knock, okay, hit. Yeah, knocked them for a loop. It made them spin around in the air like a somersault. All right. Okay. Upside down and over. All right. So it hit them really hard. I don't know why knock someone for 6. I don't know if that has to do with 6 feet under or what. I really don't know. Okay, but the idea is shocked, surprised, and scared.
Yeah, at the same time, yeah.
At the same time.
About you, okay.
That's it. Okay. Moving on. Mason, number 7, please.
Number 7. So, what about your meeting with the boss? Did you get what you wanted? No, before I could ask him anything, he started to criticize my work, which really pulled the rug from under my feet.
It did. Okay. So what's the idea? Maybe. What's the idea here? He went to go talk to his boss. Okay, right? And then his boss instead started criticizing him. Right? So, I imagine maybe he was going to ask his boss for a raise. All right? Did you get what you wanted? Okay, before I could ask him anything, he started to criticize me. You can't ask your boss for a raise while he's telling you how bad you do your job. So that pulled the rug out from under his feet. Unexpectedly, it ruined his plan. That's the idea.
Okay.
So you have the idea of using this idiom, somebody has a plan. You can use it talking about yourself, talking about someone else. Someone has a plan and that plan gets derailed. Ooh, that's another useful idiom. If your plan gets derailed, like when the train comes off the tracks, that's a surprise. If your plan gets derailed, okay, some surprise happens. Very similar kind of circumstance here. When you get the rug pulled out from under your feet. By the way, Americans, for some reason, we like to say, pulled the rug out from under my feet. We add a little preposition there. I'm not pulled out. Actually, what we're doing is using, instead of pulled out as a phrasal verb. So there's a little difference how Americans use it. That's the idea. You're surprised and your plan doesn't work at all. All right. Alejandra, number 8.
Does anybody know what the weather's going to be like this weekend? Have something up your sleeve? Is actually
No.
going.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's actually going to be warm and sunny. Okay. Something up your sleeve is you have a surprise. Right. There you go. Believe it or not. Okay. I don't know if this is an idiom. I don't know what this is. A kind of a colloquial phrase. When we think the listener may be surprised by our information. It's like saying, surprisingly, okay, oh, Martin is always late to work. Surprisingly, he made it to work on time today. Believe it or not, he made it to work on time today. It is more like a signal phrase, discourse marker, transitional phrase to indicate to the listener, hey, here comes some surprising information. I don't really think it's an idiom, but it's very common. It can be used for any content whatsoever if you think it might surprise whoever's listening to you. Okay, round 2. Another round of fresh new idioms, hot off the press. Let's continue in the same vein here. German, number 1.
Okay, is your sister still living in the States? Yes, but actually she is in England at the moment. She arrived last Monday completely surprise, completely the shock of my life, maybe.
No. She arrived completely. Yeah, it's going to fit exactly as it is. You don't even have to modify verbs or pronouns or anything. Okay. The idea here is something surprising happens which you had no idea to expect it. You didn't partly expect it. You know, like if somebody throws you a surprise birthday party, well, you kind of might remotely in the back of your mind realize it's my birthday. It could happen. Okay. Okay. German? The answer is
out of blue.
Out of the blue. It has to be out of the blue. Out of the blue. It was a lovely surprise, meaning you had no forewarning, not even the slightest idea something could happen. We often use this when somebody says something which is shocking or surprising. Yeah, we were in the middle of our meeting at work, and suddenly Diane, out of the blue, just said, I'm having an affair with the boss. What? Okay, very shocking.
In this idiom, the word blue is confusing a little bit because I think that It's some color of color.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let me try to elaborate. Out of the blue here, sometimes we use the blue, just like this, to infer or to reference the sky. Okay. So really what we're saying here is out of the sky. Okay, the great and huge big sky. Just and actually they're a related idiom. If something just falls at your feet or falls out of the sky at your feet, okay, actually this is a related idiom. If something falls out of the sky at your feet, it means you weren't even doing anything to try to get it. Probably a good thing. Yeah, Robert got a great job. He's making twice the amount of money he used to make. The job just fell at his feet. He got in a cab and someone else was already in the cab and they decided to share it, and it turns out before the cab ride was over, he was hired. The job just fell out of the sky. It just out of the blue, he hired him totally unexpectedly. Same kind of idea, out of the sky. Yeah.
Okay, understand. Thank
Okay. You're welcome. Thank you for helping me to clarify that. All right. Ken, number 2.
Okay. Jeff told me lost your job last month. That was a nasty shock, wasn't it? Well, actually, it was a real eye-opener.
That's interesting.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Ah. Yeah. Okay.
I found something much better.
All right. That's crucial. I found something much better. All right. Okay. A blessing in disguise, when something bad seems to happen, but the result actually turns surprisingly, amazingly, turns out something better happens because of it. Okay. You break your leg and you end up marrying the nurse who looks at your broken leg in the hospital, and you fall deeply in love and live happily ever after. What a blessing in disguise, breaking your leg. Something like that. Yeah, okay. Ken, have you ever had a blessing in disguise?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, and even the negative thing happens, I can learn. Even if the positive thing didn't happen, yeah, I can learn something from that.
Okay. Well, all right. There's another idiom that you reminded me of. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Yes.
Right?
That's
okay.
right.
You can learn something or get something out of every bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Actually fits what you said a little better. Okay. Hang on. All right. Back. Oh, Nian's gone. Rebecca, number 4, please.
Number 4. That was a brilliant speech Anne gave after dinner, wasn't it? I didn't know she had it in her. It was... Okay, it was... It was... She didn't know she had it in her. Okay, it was more to her. Okay, well, let me think. Shock of my life. This is another thing coming. Turn for the books could read my eye. Okay, that couldn't really believe my eyes. No. That's more to her than meets the eye. No.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, except for this pronoun. you know, you would it would be useful to use that idiom here. I didn't know she had it in her. There is more to her than meets the eye. I can't, but it was more to her. That doesn't make sense. There is more to her than meets the eye is how we express.
Okay.
So, although I think it fits brilliantly with the material, the pronoun, and the verb we have here, that's not going to work. So we need a different one.
It was a real eye-opener.
Okay. Yes. Okay. It was a real eye-opener. Yeah, that fits as well. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that. An eye-opener is when we say, wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. Could be anything. Yeah, anything you didn't realize. Oh, okay, you go and see a political speech and you didn't realize what the politician was really like. Oh, wow, that was his speech was a real eye opener. Okay, and the speech itself can be a real eye opener. Okay, or the fact that Anne can give a good speech. I didn't know she had it in her. Okay, well, this is also idiomatic. You didn't know a person was capable of something or didn't know they had a certain skill. Well, didn't know you had it in her. Or sometimes didn't know they had courage to do something. Yeah, very often we use it for that. I didn't know she had it in her. She stood up to the boss in the meeting and told him off. Told him exactly what she thought. I didn't know she had it in her. That was an eye opener. Okay. Okay. Number 5. Moving on. Meeson, number 5.
Didn't she phone to say she was coming? No, there was a knock at the door on Monday morning, and there she was with her suitcase. I got more to her than meets the eyes.
No.
Huh?
Okay. No, that's not it. That would have to be there is more to her than meets the eye. Not got. Got. We need a noun.
Okay.
Oh no. Where are we here? Yeah.
Number 5.
All right. Yeah. I got. Okay. Got. Yeah. So we have a verb here already.
I got the shock of my life.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just an exaggerated way to say a big surprise.
Okay.
That's it. And this one can be used for any situation in whatever. Social, professional, romantic, doesn't matter. Just an exaggerated way to say I was very surprised. Okay. Alejandra, number 7.
I didn't know Sarah sings in a professional church, and she plays the violin apparently. Oh, yes. There is. Couldn't believe my eyes.
Doesn't fit the grammar. You could say, oh yes, I couldn't believe my eyes. Okay, but it doesn't fit the grammar of this sentence. Okay, the idea here is, okay, Sarah is a deeper person. There's more to her personality, or she has more skills, or she's more interesting than you previously thought. Okay, there is more to her than meets the eye. All right. More to her that meets the eye, more personality, more interesting facets of her, more skills, whatever. Okay, elements of her personality you did not know before. And this idiom is the whole sentence from start to finish. There's more to him or her than meets the eye. We say the whole thing, meaning that we were surprised by the additional whatever characteristics, qualities, skills, talents. Alejandra, also regarding pronunciation, she sings in a choir. Choir. Weird pronunciation, I know, but it's choir.
Sings in a professional choir?
That's it. You got it. Okay, that's a group of singers, often associated with a church or perhaps a school. I don't know really what a professional choir is, but I suppose they exist.
Yeah.
All right, and she plays the violin. Violin. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. German, last one here, number 8.
Number 8. What did you think of the dress Sandra was wearing last night? Like everyone else, everyone thought she was so quiet and conservative. Um, I couldn't find this.
Oh, this is weird. We've messed something up here.
I'm thinking about main idea.
Yeah.
She was surprised about that.
Yeah, she was really surprised. He's really surprised about what he was seeing. That's the key. Something he saw.
It was a shock of your life.
Okay, it was the shock of my life. Normally we say, I got the shock of my life, but of course we've used that already. It has to do, again, with what he sees. That's the key. He sees it and he's shocked.
Couldn't believe my eyes.
That's it. I couldn't believe my eyes. Okay, another one. All right, lots of idioms here that mean shocked, surprised. A very common one would be blown away. I was blown away. I couldn't believe what she was wearing. I was blown away when my sister showed up on my doorstep. I was blown away by David's idea in the meeting. That's a really common expression, which should be in this lesson. Okay, something is a little messed up here. What did we miss here? How come we didn't see a couple of these? Where does this go? A turn up for the books, I suppose, maybe 3. Japan beats Spain. Wow, that's a real turn up for the books. Okay, that fits there. It's something very memorable. Okay, write it down in your diary. Write it on the calendar. It's a really memorable event, specific event. Americans say it a little differently. They don't say turn up. Americans just say that's one for the books. That's one for the books. All right. Okay, a very memorable, special kind of event. That likely, and we say this when that event is likely never going to happen again, or we believe so. Yes.
What is this number 6 answer?
Okay, let's see. I know we also missed another one. Has got another think coming. Oh yeah, we didn't do number 6. There you go. All right, let's do it now then. Ken, can you do number 6?
Mark says he's taking next Monday off. He wants to go skiing in Scotland. Well, he hasn't asked me about it. I think if he thinks he can take a day off without checking first,
Yeah.
he's got what do I could has got another thing coming.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's got another think coming. Okay, well, look at this situation. Some person thinks something is true, often to do with permission or rules or something like that. And then, okay, definitely you're talking about him. Another person, it's impossible to use this in a first person sense. Talking about somebody else when they're not there, this is important. You tell somebody he's got another thing coming. I wouldn't say directly to Mac, you've got another think coming. It's not going to be used that way. It's going to be talking about somebody who's not there. Basically what we're saying is I'm going to talk to Mac and tell him he's wrong in one way or another, or he has to, there's a different rule, or he's not allowed to do something, or he has no permission, something of that nature. Okay, the last thing here, Americans usually actually, I think we have bastardized this idiom. Americans usually say thing. He's got another thing coming with a G. You will hear Americans say thing. The original, all right, my hat's off to the British. The original idiom has got another think coming. Americans kind of shortened it or changed it to another thing coming, but obviously it means the same thing.
Yeah,
all right,
maybe thing is more grammatically correct, probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
Think is always verb, no?
Yeah, a think. I'm going to sit down and have a think. Okay, it can be used as a noun.
Okay.
Good question, by the way. That noun use is kind of old. I'm going to sit here on my
I see.
fence and have a think about that.
Mhm.
It's kind of old. We don't really use that noun form very much anymore, but it does exist. It is acceptable. Okay, I'm out of time. I have to go. Surprise. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day.